and ThereGoesMySanity are going to be battling one another. Mooni is playing the Nagoriyuki this week, as opposed to the Bridget. Obviously, she has more experience with Bridget. However, Nagoriyuki kind of just does what he wants, and I think that a lot of people find something liberating about that. I, for one, think that it's degenerate and weak. I'm sorry, I can't say the word degenerate, even ironically with a straight face on the internet. I can in private, but I need enough of an indication that I don't mean that shit if I say degenerate and I'm being recorded. Are we okay? We're not going to immediately pop. I was a little bit worried that we were going to immediately pop, but we're not going to immediately pop. And this Nagoriyuki champion, right? He's got a couple of things going for him. This Nagoriyuki champion, for example, it's like all of his everything, which I do think. Obviously, Mooni was performing quite well on Bridget. I saw some of Mooni's set against Wise Mystic Tree, and I do think that part of the reason that sorry, I thought I had to sneeze for a second. Normally, when there's this much of a difference in experience, unless Mooni has been playing way more than I think she has, you would still kind of expect the newer pickup character to be more rusty. Certainly at a competent level, but a little bit more rusty. Not to say rusty, but a little bit less refined against like really proficient players. But Nago, in terms of strength and in terms of the ease of pickup, is in a kind of a better place than Bridget at the moment, and also historically has been. If you're able to manage that blood meter, Nagoriyuki's able to do a lot of stuff. That being said, Sanity won that game. That being said, Sanity to win that game. But I think that's honestly, a lot of the pull with Nagoriyuki. As long as you're able to budget it, into your spendings, you can do whatever you want, and you'll do a bunch of damage. He's got a relatively accessible gameplay as long as you're able to get that meter down. That's kind of the pitch, is it not? That and like the super cool Vampire Samurai Man. Super cool Vampire Yasuke reference. It's a good. I mean, he's sick. I'm not belittling. I guess what I'm saying is that you can rely a little bit more on skills that are transferable between characters if you pick up a character like Nagoriyuki, partially because of his strength, but also partially just because of the kind of character that he is. You got to get the blood meter down, but beyond that, he seems to have a relatively straightforward, what he wants to do to you, how he wants to do it, sort of dealy. The command throw into the PRC into the command throw sadly does not work. It would have been very funny have we considered this. Like sometimes you just could Beyblade overhead, Beyblade overhead, Beyblade overhead. Well, okay, none of those are actually the overhead, but you do Beyblade DP, I believe. Beyblade DP, and there's, one of them hits, and you're like, sick. Sick, this is super cool, actually. I was like, yes, ha ha ha, yes. But we are seeing, contrary to what I was talking about in the first game, I think we are seeing some of that, less character experience playing out here, particularly with regard to neutral. Which actually, you know what? That does make sense. Because Bridget, very fast. Nago, conditionally fast in certain ways, not really fast. So it does make sense that when you get up to a, deeper into the bracket here, that kind of, discomfort with sort of the neutral game plan would present challenges. This does make sense. This does make sense. I'm still, you know, I'm after the way that Wise Mistress has been behaving, I'm still, you know, kind of impressed with people who've been able to sort of end that reign of terror. Also, I just realized that Keishi's not here, but that's not relevant in any way. That's not going to kill. Okay, it does not kill. That won't kill, surely, was correct. However, Sanity is now on set point. And it is, I mean, it is largely the There Goes My Sanity show. By which I mean it's usually Sanity's turn. Which, it does make sense, given how maneuverable Mei is, and the fact that Nago's still relatively slow. He's got some very good counter zoning tools, but that's not what Mei wants to do to you. So it does make sense. This, no. Yeah, no, with the wall splat, it's gonna kill. That's GG's. We do a little damage. It's kind of just me thinking about, like, how easy would it be to transfer from your main character to picking up Nago?